Okay, Jordan, I'm going to make you a quick little video here. I know we've talked a little bit about the vaccines, and I know you're still curious about, are you going to do them, are you not? So I just wanted to go through a little bit of my lecture just so you kind of have an idea, and if you want to talk about it further, we can get together or we can chat online and we can go into it deeper. And if you and your wife have any questions, we can address those. So here we go. All right, let's look at how the immune system works. First of all, we're going to take a cross section of the epithelial lining in the body. Okay, so every single cell, every single tissue in the body has a lining on it. Okay, and the way we're exposed through our immune system is through our mucous membranes. Okay, so through our nose, through our ears, through our mouth, through our digestive tract. Okay, that's how we get exposure to viruses and bacteria. So the very first thing that happens is a virus comes in, okay, is it hits the microbiome or good bacteria. This is your probiotics. This is your good, healthy bacteria, okay? And when it interacts with that, it starts the immune response. So you've got cytokines that are released, okay? They hit the dendritic cells, and that in turn triggers the brain to say, hey, we need to start this immune response. So the very first thing in an immune response is a sneeze, a cough, diarrhea, stuff like that. Get it out, okay? And let it, instead of letting it settle in, let's get it out as soon as we can, okay? So this is the very, very first thing that happens. Now this is a Th1 response, okay? So Th1 and Th2 are what we're going to be talking about. And there's a big difference between each. And there's a reason the body needs each one of them. And when we become Th2 dominant, it becomes more of an issue. I'm going to go into why that is. Okay, so second thing, if we have a weak microbiome or not good bacteria that can help protect us, I mean, think of our microbiome as like a garden. Okay, if we have too many weeds in the garden, then the viruses can get through too easily. Okay, and if they interact with the actual skin or the cells underneath the microbiome, then the body goes into another response where it tells all the other cells around it to go through what's called apoptosis or programmed cell death, and we'll try to wall off and keep that virus from spreading further. Okay, so this is your yellow alert, this is an orange alert, and if it finally gets through that and we get into the bloodstream, we go into red alert. And the red alert is the Th2 response. Okay, that's where the antibodies come in and try to deactivate the virus. Okay, so the way a virus works is it's a key and a lock. Okay, if we have an antibody comes in here and locks itself into it, it inhibits its ability to actually attach to a cell, inject its DNA, and then replicate. So this is what we're looking at. So when we have a healthy response in the immune system, we try to get it out first. Okay, we try to protect itself, and then we have that immune response. Okay, and the brain is registering all of this from the very beginning. Now, the third part of this, now this is Th2, where we go back to the Th1, and inevitably we get a few viruses that get out, that kind of get through that antibody cloud, and they infect different areas, and that's where the white blood cells will come in and clean these up. Okay, that's why you get most of the mucus production and stuff at the end of a cold or a flu or whatever. You get all that at the end to help kind of clean up it's the cleanup crew. Okay, so we go from Th1 to Th2 back to Th1. Now, when we get vaccines, now minus all of the other negative aspects of the toxicity of the vaccines, let's just see what it does to the immune system. So when we get a vaccine, we're going straight through to the bloodstream. We're bypassing all of the Th1 response. And at a young age, when kids are exposed to these vaccines at a very young age, you're teaching the kid how to respond to its environment. So when we're constantly teaching us to just become that Th2 dominant, to use that response first, we become very hyperreactive. That's what can lead to allergies, autoimmune type issues, and even an increased risk of cancer in the future, because if the body has a harder time differentiating between what's self and not self because there's a weak Th1 response, then we are putting ourselves at more risk for other things. So it's a matter of understanding this entire system. Now, even if you decide to vaccinate, and there's safer ways to do that, where you can get single dose vaccines instead of the multi-dose, or you can get the sometimes the sprays that actually help with the Th1 response, but you need to look into that. You can also check the titers. check and see what your child already has an immunity to through the breast milk and through its innate immunity, and don't give them those vaccines. Or you can pick and choose. Just say you want to just do vaccine for this. I just don't think you need to do 69 before they're 18 like they're telling us. So when we look at each one of these responses, even if we vaccinate, we still need to create a healthy microbiome. And I tell parents, if you don't vaccinate, it's so important to make sure we have a good, healthy microbiome and that we feed our kids right. We feed good nutrition. If we don't have good nutrition, we're going to weaken the immune system, and now we're at risk for a lot of different things. So whether we vaccinate or not, there's a lot of other aspects we need to look at in order to create a healthy immune system and a healthy immune response. Now, the other thing is having that neuroimmune link. Okay, the brain has to be able to communicate with the nervous system and vice versa in order for it to function properly. That's where the adjustments come in. That's where chiropractic really comes in. That's why parents will say, "Oh, I took my kid to a chiropractor for an ear infection, and adjusted them, and the ear infection went away." It's reconnecting the brain to the immunity and helping it boost it. And they say a neck adjustment, you can boost your immune system up to 400 times. That's the reason why. When we get misalignments, we start to affect the nervous system, we can really inhibit its response and how the body actually responds to it. So if we become Th2 dominant, okay, we're constantly focused on this. We have a lot of reaction, a lot of stuff that goes on where it doesn't need to happen. And if we're more Th1 dominant, we're stronger on this side, okay, and we have more of an ability to keep stuff out and then expel stuff if it really gets settled in. The Th2 will tend to internalize, wall off with cysts and all kinds of different things, where the Th1 is really good at expelling, externalizing all the virus, which is really what the immune system is designed to do. That's why vitamin C is so good for the immune system, because it really helps the body detoxify, really helps the body get junk out. So if you have any other further questions, there's a lot more to this. I just wanted to kind of put together a quick video to give you a little idea on how the immune system works. I know we haven't had time to sit down and talk, but I just want to put this together for you real quick. Hope you're doing well, man. I hope the little one's doing good. Take care.